Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of London's Original with Fulham, the save that doesn't quite know what platform it's on at the moment, and we're about to miss the train. If you are looking forward to the new season, drop a like on the video, that would be really awesome. And now, let's get into some stuff. Can you put sound in the intro? I should be used to it by now, but I keep thinking I have to turn my volume up. Yeah, I really have been meaning to do that for a while. Hopefully it should be on this video if editing me later on remembers to do it. So obviously we're on the 12th of May, and today's episode is going to be the transfer window. I don't know if we'll have time to fit a game into the episode or not. I'll sort of see where we're going to be at that point. I've never done a video like this before, because when we did one last season, we didn't have any transfers to do. So this time it's going to be a bit more complex. I don't think I'm going to be able to go in as much depth as I would have liked to. Or if I was doing this normally, I would do, because I'm sitting here in front of a camera. The camera has limited battery life and memory, so I can't sit here for like 7 hours working over transfers, unfortunately. But this is this type of save anyway, so it doesn't matter so much. We're going to try to go for proven class to try to bring in some players that will strengthen us rather than worrying about the future, because after all, this save is not going to make it out of the second season. Because I'm hoping to start Stockport on Sunday. Not the Sunday coming, so probably tomorrow when you see this. It'll be next Sunday, hopefully. That'll be the premiere, if you like, but we're not going to do the premiere thing of rebuilding Stockport, so get hyped for that. This is also the first video you're going to see where the game has actually been fully released. No beta in the bottom corner, which means with Stockport there will be a competition, and I think I can give away 2 copies of FM coming up that day too, so that's going to be awesome too. Now, I've got my coffee. Not going to spill it on myself like I did last time, and now we're going to try and do some summer stuff. Hopefully this won't get too long. Oh, in addition, you'll notice that the stars are now back. That was not an FM issue. That is a skin problem. I've gone and seen a dermatologist, and what he said is basically you need to get the newest version of the DF11 panel skin. So I've set up a couple of short-term focuses for a striker who's a deep-lying forward specifically, just in case, an attacking midfielder for the right-hand side, and some centre-backs, because we're going to lose, obviously, a few players from the loan spells and whatnot. Thankfully, Shirley will be here for the second season too, because it's a 2-year loan, but Vietto's gone, and I'm not really sure I want to keep him. I want to try and sign someone. But we don't know how much budget we're going to have either, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay, for some reason, the club atmosphere has completely disappeared, and I don't quite understand why that is. It must be from the poor way we've been playing, but the squad are not happy with it, and it's taken to the end of the season, and us staying up for that to... Weird. I guess I'm going to promise to sort the atmosphere out, but, like, none of this really makes any difference. Like, results... But the only one I can really click that's going to make them... I guess we'll have to go with this one. Thanks, boss. Good, I guess. Cheers, Tom. So there's this guy, Paulo Oliveira from Eibar, who looks like he's a no-nonsense centre-back, and I think we'd kind of want someone who's got a bit more passing ability. We'll keep him in mind, though. I'm hoping that talking about the plans for next season could help us boost this. I reckon we can get a mid-table finish, but it's whether the squad think that. They do. Right, this could help. Exactly the sort of reaction I was after. Right, please tell me that's boosted the... Just looking at our shortlist itself, Vargas still... actually hasn't joined anyone yet. I'm going to declare him our top target. That can often make them a bit more susceptible to a move. There's Jacob Brun-Larsen, who could potentially be an option to maybe bring in on loan next year. I don't think we can do much with that yet, though. No. Ah, okay, he is now willing to talk to us. But it's whether the board will let me actually give him any money. That's the problem, because I really do want to bring this guy in. He wants top half next year. That's weirdly less than he wanted last time, which is interesting. Can't suggest... Ah, okay, we can offer more money now. Right then, minimum release clause, well, it doesn't matter because we're only doing 1 season, so I actually don't care about this stuff as much. Let's see if he'll go for it. This would be quite interesting. Oh, he still wants bloody loads. It's the signing on fee. He's willing to do this, and I believe that he is very, very good in that position, and it means that we could occupy Charlotte on the right if we really, really needed to. And I just really want to bring in this guy. He looks like a really solid player. My scouts rate him very highly. I'm not going off of anything else. I'm going off what the game is telling me. I know some of you might be like, but this. Yeah, but I don't want to know that sort of stuff because it makes it less fun, if you like. But I like this guy. We'll see how he does. How the hell could we have made profits over the last year? We spent about 100 million quid. Right, here we go. Initial budgets. Good. New scouting budget. That's fine. We'll just dump it all on the major ones. Oh, 42 million. Okay, that's not too bad. That should allow us to bring in Vargas and maybe a couple more players. And if we have to sell someone, then we will. I'd rather not. I'd rather keep the squad together, though. The only reason I'd be potentially wanting to go after Michael Njeu... I'm sorry. Ngaju? That's as close as I'm going to get. Ngaju. Apologies if that's wrong. But he's got great heading, he's tall, good marking, good tackling, passing's okay, his balanced personality, he looks like a solid centre-back, and he's cheap as well, and that's kind of why I'm more interested in him. Shit, we have to worry about the work permit. I totally forgot about this. It's something I've not had to deal with for ages on saves. So it's failed, but we could appeal. We're going to appeal. I don't really know how this works. It's been such a long time since I've managed in England at the top level. Monday the 27th. Yes! They granted it on appeal. This, I think, is a big one for us because, yeah, it's going to cost us a decent amount, £12 million, but I think this guy is quality on that left-hand side, and he's still young as well, so he will make money on this deal. Normally, I'd be much more fastidious over the clauses and stuff like that, but I don't really have time to do that right now, and it's a short-term save, so I'm not quite so bothered about the future. That's the next manager's problem. Got a full report on our man here, and I actually think he wouldn't be a bad signing. If we get him really cheap, then I don't see why we shouldn't go after this guy. Dressing room atmosphere up to where we want it to be now, or at least close. Okay, we'll have him on 25k. It's a lot, I grant you, but this guy does seem to do the simple things right. None of the strikers they've brought me seem to be anywhere near as good as Mitro or Vietto for that matter, so I think we need to wait for some more of those to come in. With Cabano leaving and Vietto going out off of his loan, I think someone like Duncan Watmore could be a good signing, purely because he's English, so he would count towards that quota that we need. And he'd be fairly cheap bringing a player out from League One, so I might go after Duncan Watmore for that reason alone. They'd let us have him for 3.6 mil, and I think that's a decent amount for a player that's going to be a squad player, but will also count towards our quota, which is important, I think. I'm still coming back to Paulo Oliveira again as a potential option at the back, to be honest, but we'll see. Duncan Watmore does want quite a lot of money for a backup. We're the only club interested in it at the moment. We're at 18.25. Okay, that's fine. I think that's all right. We want this kind of player in the squad at the moment, and he'll do for now. Okay, so Watmore, £4 million in total. Reasonable deal. Ooh, Carlos Fernandez. He's on loan from Sevilla, and he's a deep-lying forward naturally. And more importantly, he's natural in that role and has actually done all right in the Spanish second tier. We will keep an eye on him because he might be one I'd be tempted to go after, even if we just get him on loan from Sevilla for a season to try him out, you know? Fulham want to renew my contract. That'll be helpful, actually, because it means that if I can get a nice longer deal, it will hopefully help my job security. Right, well, the transfer window is open, and so Vargas and Watmore have both signed us. The other guy has yet to... Oh, he's about to join us now, which is good. I thought it was letting me send Duncan Watmore on an intensive language course. I was like, he's come from Sunderland. Okay, Michael here will be joining us. Oh, shit. Rico was our first choice keeper, wasn't he? We conceded a lot of goals, but not all of them were his fault. I'd be tempted to go after him properly. Or maybe try and sign a keeper. There's this guy, Thomas Dillon, and he's a sweeper keeper too. He's big. He's not as good as Rico, but he's younger. And Fabrizio's leaving. We don't want to be left with Marek Rodak. They want 12 million quid. That's a lot. We could get him down to 10. Thing is, Sevilla, Sergio Rico's... Ooh, actually, maybe we can get him on loan. We're going to offer them out on loan and see what they say. They've rejected the loan bid again. I could maybe do 10. Okay, he is a key player, so we do have to think about that. Again, the release clauses I'm not too bothered about for now because, again, short-term save, but I will offer him a little bit less money than that. It's not a huge amount for him. Let's try 30k. Wow, he accepted 30k. Okay, so Didalon is going to join us. I think it's important, though, to get a proper, good, decent keeper. Honestly, I'm tempted to go after that Fernandez guy, the deep line forward. Just bring him in. He doesn't look that expensive. Hopefully can get him to a sort of squad role that's underneath Mitro, which will give us a chance to rotate the strikers a bit more. I'm tempted. If we can just get him fairly cheap and on not huge money, I think he could be a solid backup for Mitro. £3.6 million. If we can sign him for 3.6, I'd be happy with that. And it's a rotation option as well. 19k, it's not huge, but it's a rotation player. Bring him in, get him to back up Mitro. I think that could be decent for us. Fernandez is set to join us. I'm a fan of that. Okay, so we're starting the season away at Hull City, newly promoted. That would be a good start. Then Arsenal at home, but then we've got Villa, Bournemouth and Brighton, all teams that we could hopefully get points against, apart from Arsenal. Then again, you never know. I think it's a decent start. If we can get off to a good start, the confidence could be a bit higher. Hopefully we can have a better season this year. And we're going to get 80 million from television, which is always nice. The board aren't really going to offer me much more money, so we're going to set the expectations as low as possible, really, just because, oh damn, we have now left the EU, so hopefully this doesn't affect us too much. Brighton want Sessegnon for £20 million. Come on, no. I'm going to offer him a new contract because I think it's important. Okay, we're going to get Ryan Sessegnon on a new contract because I want to stop clubs bidding for him this summer, and it would just be easier this way. Just releasing loads of players now. Okay, so I've tried to hire Mark Bowen as my new assistant manager since the old one was just not very good. How can Marcus Bettinelli complain about lack of playing time in the summer when we've not played a game yet? Dynamics has dropped more, even though we're not doing anything yet. How is it dropping? How can Mateus Vargas know what I did at the end of the last campaign? I'm sorry, mate, but I feel like that's a bit ridiculous. We're not going to get in the Europa League. So Vargas is immediately annoyed at me. Great. Joe Bryan is worried that I signed a left winger to replace him at left back. Hopefully, just getting a few wins in some friendlies could help us get that under our belt and hopefully boost it. Sorry about that. Just moved my chair and nearly pulled the entire lighting rig down onto me because the bloody cable got caught in my chair leg. Great stuff. Steph Johansson's pulled his tit, essentially. That's what's happened there. I don't know how he's managed to do that. I don't think I've ever seen a pulled pectoral muscle. He was just flexing like Terry Crews and it just popped. So Mark Bowen is now joining me as my assistant. That's good. Sessegnon signs a new deal. So that should stop any problems with, oh my god, this guy's literally just come back from injury and off he goes again. I'm going to remove the old tactic that we used to use because it's just going to confuse people and take up tactical training time. Fernandez has pulled a hamstring. Good. We're definitely back. Okay, Vargas is coming around to me a little bit more now. That's good. He's going to improve his training. We need him to play well. So I wouldn't normally use the quick pick, but for now I'm going to use it just to get people fit and keep rotating the squad for these pre-season friendlies, basically, just to make sure everyone gets some football and, yeah, get this team back into shape, essentially. So we won 7-0 in our first friendly. Not a huge surprise there, but it's nice to just get some confidence under our belt. This should hopefully help the team dynamics a bit. Dressing room atmosphere is now good. This is what we needed. Boost this up. Get a few wins under our belt. Everybody getting comfy together. I put a loan offer in for Jacob Brun-Larsen since why the hell not? We could use him on any of these positions and that'd be quite nice. Porto after Oliveira. I think that ship has kind of sailed for now. Matt O'Reilly definitely needs a new deal. That 5-star potential. Trigger that clause. Brighton are after Marcus Bettinelli. He says he wants to stay now, so we're probably going to keep him here. Going to try a massively rotated side for this next game, with Rui Font even playing in the game. And even with the massive rotation, we still won the game, thanks to goals from Watmore and Njejui, or Michael, as I'm going to call him from now on. Watmore's out for a while. He'll be fine. Dynamics looking much, much better here now. Everybody's really starting to get there, and that's what I want to see. Nice and happy before the season starts. At the start of this save, I said I didn't know who Cody Drammer is, and he actually scored a brilliant chip against Norwich City for our under-23s the other night. It was fantastic. A 10-0 victory is pretty damn cushy, to be honest. Pushing that dressing room atmosphere nicely up. That's what we want to see before the season starts. Brun-Larsen is going to join Fulham for the season. That'll be helpful. Just give us some support on the right-hand side too. This isn't that dissimilar from the lineup I actually want to start the season with Mitrovic, Vargas, Brun-Larsen, Seri, Kearney, Souček, Sessegnon, Lamarchand, Mawson, Vanyaman and Didilon. Although probably with an extra player in the back, maybe Schuller in the team too, Joe Bryan getting into football. This is a good side. Hopefully none of these players get injured in this game. A 2-0 win for Fulham, good performance, and Vanyaman's picked up an injury. That's not good. Please don't be long term. Okay, that's fine. Phew. PSG are willing to let Miguel Almiron potentially come on loan to us, and I think that might be an interesting move to bring someone like that in to give us a bit more rotation options with Seri and Kearney and the likes in the midfield, and this guy's quality, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to try this, I think. I do think it's important to praise players for their training, but getting to this menu and doing it via this is so much easier than it is doing it from the other menu. If we could just get through this one more game without any injuries, I think we'll be good for the start of the season. 4-0 win for us. Good stuff. I really am hoping that with the fact that the game is fully released, that they've kind of tweaked some of the stuff we were seeing with the deflected goals, because that was way too much for me. I'm going to adjust the win bonuses up to high to give the players a bit more to fight for, and it might hopefully boost morale as well. Almiron has rejected the loan from Fulham. That's a bit of a pain. He could have been a good player to have in the midfield. And we win our final game of the season in pre-season with Maxime Lamarchand and Andre Schuller getting goals. Steven Sessegnon is the... we got one injury in pre-season that's any good. It's annoying, but we do have Vanyaman in front. Tony Khan has gone in with an offer for Almiron to get him on loan, see what they say about that, and transfer target failure. Well, yes, you offered nothing, Tony. What were you thinking? Frank's out for 7 days with a bruised thigh. He'll still be back for the Hull City game. It's going to be a tough... Who actually came up? So it was Villa, Hull, and someone else. And Stoke. Villa, Hull, and Stoke were the teams that came up. I think we'll be able to do mid-table this year. I think. Tactically, it depends on what they've changed in terms of tactics and stuff, but we'll still figure it out. We've got another season to figure it out. I think we'll do better this year. I think we had some poor luck last year, and I think this year could be the year. Well, the year that we... Well, have they already... Oh, right, Emery's left, and now Ancelotti's the Arsenal manager. We've got about 6 million left. I want to see if I can maybe find another centre-back for that money. Oliveira is still available, but he'd cost us a lot. There's Werber, but again, he's too young and isn't the quality that we need yet. Oliveira just seems to be head and shoulders above the rest of these players, and I might try and go for him. They've accepted a bit of 9.5 million, which is quite a lot, but we'll see. We'll appoint player as vice-captain. How about no? No, we will not be doing that. Oh, he's still happy to go to contracts. How much does he want? 30k? It's not the end of the world. Oh, he wants 50 grand a week. I mean, can we even offer that? Oh... I don't know if they'll even let us do this deal, and I'm not entirely sure I want to, but we do kind of need it at the moment. How has the dressing room atmosphere got so bad all of a sudden again? It was doing really well, and I don't understand what's changed. I'm going to keep K-Mac as the vice-captain because I cannot be upsetting players right about now. We need the dressing room to be in favour. Yeah, Almiron's ejected us again. Okay, that ain't happening then. Manchester City have just signed Adam Lallana from Liverpool for 42 million quid. Most of our squad is almost fully fit, which is brilliant. Nobody's really at a high risk of injury as well. Souček's probably going to miss the first game of the season, which is so annoying. This deal for Oliveira has not come, and the deadline is tonight at 5, so hopefully we can get this over the line. I don't know if we'll even have the money, to be honest. Burnley make Brian offer. Yeah, how about no? I'm not convinced we're going to get this deal done. 11 million is required, and we only have a 6 million budget. I can only move it over to 9 million. God damn. See if we get any offers for someone. Wolves are trying to get Almiron on loan now. If he goes to Wolves, I'll be pissed. Tried to get the board to offer me some more money so we could try and do it, but I think unless we... Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? No, it's been cancelled. Ah, that's a shame. Maybe it's a bullet dodged. I don't know. What? I'm sorry, Miguel. He wouldn't join us, but he was willing to join Wolves. I guess... But he's on the same money. And he's only a rotation option at Wolves, whereas he was going to be a first-choice player for us. Ah, he's... Little grin. Gah. God, our wage budget is actually lower than Villa and Stoke. So... You can sort of see where we might struggle this year. Oh, Fekir went to Arsenal and Varane went to Spurs. Some big money being spent, it would seem. Oh, we're actually the opening game of the season away at Hull on the Friday night. So, that's where we're going to end this episode. I've been recording for over 2 hours, so I know for a fact there's not going to be enough room to fit a full game into this episode as well. So that will have to be in the next one. It's an experimental style, I know. I haven't really tried this out before, so hopefully that's all gone smoothly. I'm pretty pleased with our sort of ins and outs of this window so far. The fact that well, not so far, this window. Fabrizio's left, which we knew. We haven't lost any key players. Seri, no one came in for bids on Seri. The only player we had any bids for was Brian right at the end, and Cess from Brighton early on, but we've tied him down to a new contract. Vargas, I'm pleased with. Duncan Watmore's a good option. Michael, I think, will make a solid centre-back for us. Didalon, I think, is a decent keeper and replaces Rico nicely. Carlos Fernandez is a nice backup option to Mitrovic, and Brune Larsen gives us an option on both wings. So now we've got plenty of players there with Schürrle, Larsen, Watmore, and Vargas can all sort of interchange in those positions. And I think we've got a good team for this season, and hopefully we can sort ourselves out tactically. I still think there's tweaks that can be made. I'm not completely happy with it, but we're certainly finding our way towards a solid tactic for the league. This year, I don't want to be in any relegation trouble. I want to be really pushing for it this season. Hopefully, I'm sure there'll be some things we'll need to change when we get into the season properly, but I think we've got a good chance at some decent points in our opening run of fixtures. We need to get a win at Hull away. If we do that, I think we're really, really going to be onto something. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, do drop a like on the video. That would be bloody great. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I promise we do normally play games in videos. It's just this one, I wanted to make sure I did it right. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for the first few games of the season. Don't know which ones it will be as such, because we do have the League Cup in there. It'll probably be the first 3 league games and that League Cup match, but that might be completely off camera. I don't really know. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.